Alright, what's up there, people? Hunter Spoke Riders here again. Still getting it in on this 1977 El Camino. The goal for the day is to get the bushings out of these trailing arms. There's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different ways to get these bushings out. Some people use a torch and just kind of melt them out. I don't really do it that way because it's kind of stinky. And actually huffing down burnt rubber fumes is really not good for you. So I never use a torch to get these out, to melt them out. So that's how some people do them. Some people just use a torch or a propane type of deal or a little portable torch type of deal to heat it up and push them out with the little press, but I don't have the press here with me. I will get that little press when it's time to put the new ones in, but I'm gonna do things kind of the poor man way. It helps if you have a vise, and the first one I did use the vise a little bit, but I ran into a problem. It helps if you have a vise that can actually spin, but our vise, because it's been broke so many times, and we were trying to basically use this little vise for jobs that really you should be doing using a big vise for, so we kept breaking our vise. So anyway, our vise is pretty much at a fixed locked location, so there's no spinning it and there's no putting it at the angle you need. So where it is pretty much where it is. So that's why when I did my first one, I still had to take it off the vise and use the vise grips. You don't need a vise. Since the first one I couldn't do everything I wanted to do on the vise, I'm going to do the second one just with vice grips. If you got some vice grips or a table or something, especially if you're by yourself, this is what you need. I just got a vice grip here, vice grip there. So all you're going to need is somewhere to clamp it onto just to hold it down. You get you a real big drill bit. This is pretty much the biggest drill bit I can fit in this drill, or the biggest drill bit I got that fits in this drill. And it's pretty much the same size as the bolt hole, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 4 big holes in this bushing. You do it 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Just kind of in the cross pattern. Basically, you drill 4 big holes. The first step to this, getting this bushing out, is drilling these 4 holes. So let me start with that. Okay, still with me, people? There we go. Hole number 1. Oh shit. Hole number 2. Hole number 3. Okay, here's hole number 4, and that's the first step to this. And you see I put the screwdriver in here. It's still a little tight. The 4 holes that you just drilled go back in there and kind of, I just drilled them, I didn't wallow them out. Well, that one. Well, that one. Now, as you see, they're walled out a little bit, and you're gonna have to use a little strength. You can kind of wiggle it a little bit. And you know, you just gotta keep working at it a little bit at a time. Getting them out of there. Now's the time you can test it with the hammer, and yeah, that's still in there. So, what you gotta do, you gotta just keep on going with it. Now, at this point, you've already walled it out as much as you can. You don't want to go too far, wiggling it back and forth all the way inside there, because you will break the drill bit and then you'll be screwed. So what you do then is you go back through the same holes you just drilled, but then just kind of start them at an angle, you know, real slow. Now you just kind of got to wiggle it, you know, you drill it a little bit more and you wiggle it. You know, it's not going to be nothing that's going to be like a, you know, wow, instant thing. And so you just got to go round and round with this little screwdriver or pry bar or whatever. It's almost there, y'all. It's almost there. See, and also you can kind of just kind of break it free a little bit, you know. And you just kind of gotta just jam the screwdriver in there. You can kind of break it free a little bit at a time. All this is just the rubber bushing stuck on this inner sleeve. But the main thing you gotta do is just the 4 holes to get you there. And I usually use a flathead. Don't use a good flathead, one of your good ones. This is just an old one I do a lot of prying with when the pry bar is just way too big for what I'm trying to do. Now this was pretty close. At this point, you can just put your screwdriver down there and voila. You see? There's the sleeve. It's hot as fire. Where's the camera? There's the sleeve. I don't want to touch it because it's hot fire. But there you go. As I said, it leaves one hell of a mess. Never mind, that's the broken drill bit from before when I was using the wrong size. And that's just the extra one that fell off the table. But as you see, the rubber part of the bushing is out. You're halfway there. Okay? Now, here's the thing. That was the hard part right there. That's the part that's going to take you the most amount of time. What I'm going to do is basically set this up like so. clamp this down to the table. And basically, you put the chisel right here and you hammer as far as you can, you dent it in. You put it over on this side and you dent it in. And you basically just go around it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You hit it with the hammer. Do the inside part first. Okay. Appropriate song for this, what I'm doing. Oh, it's coming out. It's coming out all right. As you see, I got the dents right here. Right here and here. Here and here. This is a very important part right here. You see this little ledge? Whatever you do, don't put it on this ledge. Because if you bend, this is part of the trailing arm. If you put it on that part, you're gonna have problems for sure. What you do is you gotta catch this little baby edge right here. If this chisel is too much to catch the edge, you might want to use a screwdriver of some sort. But basically put it on this edge and bend that edge in all the way around, or as much as you can. Okay. I was able to catch the edge good enough with the chisel. I didn't have to use a screwdriver. But that's pretty much all you want to do right there. It's just kind of, you know, bang it flat on all four corners. You know, then maybe a little bit in there if you can. At this point now, you're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, basically, now it's almost ready to come out. As you see, it has moved a little bit. This part has sunk in. All it takes, you just gotta work it around with the chisel. And once you get it to a certain point, that's why I said this part is so important. You can kind of angle your chisel like this, and each time you hit it, it slides out even more. You got it so it's real close right now. If you just hit it at an angle, it should just pop right out. Now, as you see, the first one just fell out like butter, but because I'm recording this and trying to show you guys something, it's going to be a pain in the ass. It wants to be a bastard on me. But pretty much it's almost ready to slide out. You pretty much get the idea of it, how to get out of there. And there it is. It just needs a couple more love taps to convince it to come out. So basically, there you have it. A hammer, a chisel, a vise or some vice grips, big old flathead screwdriver works wonders. This one is my old one. I don't really use it anymore for screwing purposes because the tip is chipped off. So I just kind of pry with it every once in a while. So you want that, a screwdriver, a big screwdriver, a drill, and a drill bit. That's all you need to make it happen. Alright, ain't that a beautiful sight? Trailing, the bushings out of the trailing arms. There we go, y'all. Alright, 100 Spoke Riders, signing out.